In February 2018, Italy made crypto history, not for a technological innovation, but for what became the country's biggest cryptocurrency disaster. Out of nowhere, more than 17 million Nano disappeared from the BitGrail exchange, a then emerging cryptocurrency. The estimated loss? Over 170 million US dollars. Behind the scenes was a young Italian computer engineer named Francesco Firano, known online as the Bomber. Within months, his platform had become the only place in Europe where users could trade Nano. But behind its rising popularity, BitGrail was a house of cards. Technical problems, withdrawal delays, and a shocking lack of security protocols. BitGrail was not ready. And when the funds vanished, its founder's response triggered a global uproar. Was it a software bug, a scam, gross negligence, or a mix of all three? This is the story of BitGrail, an Italian case that left a deep mark on the global cryptocurrency world. Francesco Firano launched BitGrail in 2016 during the first wave of crypto enthusiasm. At the start, the exchange was small, with a clunky interface and only a modest number of users. But everything changed when BitGrail listed Rayblox, a light, fast, feeless cryptocurrency. In 2017, Rayblox rebranded to Nano, and its price skyrocketed. From less than a cent to over $30 US in just a few months. BitGrail quickly became the main hub for Nano trading, with daily volumes surpassing $10 million. But behind this boom was a dangerously unstable system. BitGrail didn't implement cold wallets. Private keys were stored online. There was no two-factor authentication, no external auditing. The infrastructure was fragile. By July 2017, 2.5 million Nano had mysteriously vanished. Firano claimed it was a technical error. There was no investigation, no refund. Then in October, another 7.5 million disappeared. Again, no transparency. Users started raising red flags. Withdrawals slowed down. Reports of blocked accounts, failed transactions, and vague support responses mounted. BitGrail kept operating, but behind the scenes, pressure was building. And no one yet knew that the worst was still to come. January 2018. BitGrail began suspending withdrawals intermittently. The official reason? A generic technical problem. But on crypto forums, unease was growing. Users reported being unable to access their funds for weeks. Others described silence from customer support. On February 8th, Firano made a shocking announcement on BitGrail's website. More than 17 million Nano were missing. He blamed a vulnerability in the Nano protocol. According to him, a bug allowed users to send the same transaction multiple times before it registered on the ledger. The Nano Foundation quickly responded. In a public statement, they denied responsibility. The issue, they said, was not the protocol, but BitGrail's flawed wallet implementation. Panic erupted. On social media, users accused Firano of fraud, incompetence, or both. Some demanded a hard fork of the Nano blockchain to recover the lost funds. Others called for criminal prosecution. International news outlets picked up the story. Many compared it to the Mt. Gox scandal. But this time, the epicenter was not Japan. It was a small exchange in Italy. After the theft was disclosed, events accelerated. Italian authorities launched a formal investigation. The Guardia di Finanza and postal police raided Firano's office, seizing servers, bank accounts, and digital devices. What they found raised even more concerns. Investigators discovered that Firano had transferred hundreds of bitcoins from company wallets to personal accounts days before the withdrawal freeze. There was no internal accounting for user funds, No traceability, no oversight. Internal chat logs showed that Firano had been aware of the missing Nano well before his public statement. Instead of disclosing the issue, he had continued operating normally and even explored ways to cover the losses without alerting users. Pressure from the community mounted. Class actions were launched. Activist groups raised media awareness and called for accountability. National and international press followed the case closely. Headlines mentioned fraud, bankruptcy, and mismanagement. BitGrail went from promising exchange to textbook disaster. In 2019, the Court of Florence declared BitGrail bankrupt. Firano was found personally liable for the loss of user funds. The judge cited negligence in private key management, lack of internal controls, and deliberate concealment of the losses. As part of the ruling, Firano's personal assets were seized: cars, real estate, bank accounts, and remaining crypto holdings. He was also prohibited from launching new crypto-related ventures. Court documents revealed that Firano had attempted to launch a token called BitGrail shares, a sort of IOU to be traded among users. The idea was never fully realized and was widely seen as a desperate, ill-conceived attempt to shift blame. Thousands of users from around the world never recovered their funds. The total damage remained estimated at over $170 million. Italy's crypto reputation suffered a serious blow. Today, the name BitGrail evokes a painful lesson, but forgetting it would be a mistake. Its story is a warning for everyone in the crypto space. There are three key takeaways. First, user funds must be transparently managed and auditable. The absence of proper wallets, auditing, and logging allowed BitGrail to operate in the dark for too long. Second, individual responsibility. Every investor must learn to safeguard their own assets. Relying entirely on centralized platforms without proper due diligence is a gamble. Third, the urgent need for clear, smart regulation. The BitGrail saga showed what happens when innovation outpaces legal safeguards. Fortunately, self-custody tools have significantly evolved. Modern hardware wallets, offered by leading brands, provide secure, offline protection for crypto assets, often paired with intuitive mobile apps and backup options. These tools are designed to make security accessible, without compromising control or independence. Choosing self-custody isn't just about security. It's about taking back power, about making informed, independent choices. BitGrail is not just a cautionary tale, it's a wake-up call. A reminder that blind trust in the crypto world can come at a high price. If you want to stay informed about the most important crypto cases from Italy and beyond, follow SpazioCrypto. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell, and visit SpazioCrypto.com for deep dives, guides, interviews, and documentaries. Thanks for watching.